You've been lied to. Hustle culture. The idea that you need to work on your business 24/7 or you're lazy and destined to fail is one of the biggest myths in the entrepreneurial world today. So today what we're going to talk about is why constant grinding is not only not unnecessary, but can actually be counterproductive. If you want to build a sustainable, successful business, rest and mental well-being are not optional. Repeat, not optional, they're absolutely essential. And we'll talk about how all those things can lead to burnout. There's this belief, particularly in bro business, if we'll call it that, circles, that success only comes to those who grind 24/7. Everyone talks about the grind, everyone talks about the hustle, and they're sacrificing things like their mental health, their well-being, relationships, and personal happiness. You'll get the phrase, you can rest when you're dead. But that mentality is leading more entrepreneurs to completely burn out than it's doing to actually build successful businesses. Now, I'm not saying you don't need to work hard. You do need hard work. That is a fact. You need to work. You do need to work hard. But it's about working smart at the same time as well. It's not about just doing loads and loads and loads and loads of things to say, well, I'm working 16, 20 hours a day. I've never gotten why that's a flex. Why we all try to one up each other to say, oh, I work 10-hour shifts, but I do 12, and well, I do 14, well, I work 20 hours a day, I create new hours so I can work harder. Piss off. I don't want to hear that. Why are we spending more time focusing on how much we can outwork each other rather than focus on what's actually going to bring genuine joy and happiness? And it's not about laziness, it's about building a business that's sustainable, because working all those hours is going to shorten your life 100%. That's given, that's a guarantee, is proven that working long hours like that is going to shorten your life expectancy. So why are you working all those hours to make all that money you're never going to use, that you're going to keep aside just to pass on to the kids? I'm pretty sure kids would be happier spending times with their parents than and sharing memories than just having loads of money there. Think about it deep down, is it actually going to help them? Probably not. You should maybe sacrifice a bit more of the money to spend a bit more time with the family and see how far that goes. And this bro business, I'll keep calling it bro business, that's what I feel like calling it. This narrative, it convinces people that if they're not working every single minute of every single day, they're lazy or they don't care enough about their business. It's dangerous and misleading, and it's why I can't stand if people who say they want to fill my calendar with client calls. I couldn't think of anything worse than being on Zoom all day, every single day to people. There's loads of other ways to go about it, and that's certainly not it. And like studies have shown that burnout affects more than 50% of entrepreneurs, and that burnout is linked directly to decreased productivity and even early business failure. So by working longer hours, you're decreasing your ability to perform well and actually successfully run the business. And the truth is, rest isn't a luxury. We seem to think it is, but it's not. It's a productivity tool. You need your rest. I get that's difficult. I've got young kids as well, so sometimes it's not as easy as it might sound to try and get those 8 hours, but you have to still try your best. And it's not just about sleeping, it's about taking breaks. When you take breaks, it gives your brain the space it needs to recharge, to be innovative, to solve complex problems. If your brain's constantly going all the time, it's not getting that rest period it needs. Think of things like engines and machinery like that. It needs that kind of cool down time, otherwise it's going to burn out a lot quicker. Yeah, you've got some engines and machine that will run a lot longer. That's absolutely fine. It can do that. But it's not better to allow the cool down period so it can go again. And I know for me, and for many people I've spoken to, some of the best ideas they've had have came in the shower, because your brain's switching off, it's recharging. You're not thinking, you're just there, getting clean, we'll say. And it's that process there that's allowing your brain that space it needs to recharge and actually think. And like most of my best ideas don't come when I'm sitting here at this desk and doing all this thing. Most of it comes at random moments. Like I could be away doing whatever with the family or kids. I could be in the middle playing a video game or whatever, doing something different that is not related to this, and that's when I'll get an idea, then that's when the phone comes out and I'll quickly note it, and I'll come back to it later. Enough of a note that I can remember what it is. I did just have a bad habit of taking really shit notes and I would forget what I was talking about, but not so much now. I learned to get better at taking notes. Who'd have thought that would be a skill? But hey ho. And taking care of your mental well-being through rest, self-care and breaks, it allows you to perform at your best over the long haul. If you are constantly working at, say, 25% all the time, 25% because you're exhausted, it's not sustainable and you're not going to get the best out of you, rather than allowing the break, get back to the 100% so you can go at it a lot better. Even if it's a case of working full throttle for 1 to 2 hours, that's still better than 8 hours where you're exhausted and it's mediocre. That's why we're talking about working smart and not just hard. If you can combine the both, then fantastic. And a strong business requires a strong mind, and that means prioritizing your health just as much as your revenue. And I know I've hit burnout before, where I've just been working constant hours and not getting enough sleep. Hit burnout and took months, to properly recover. And we can't be doing that, because that's months where I could have kept working on certain things. I could have done a wee hour here and there, but I was exhausted, couldn't do it. And that's why I talk a lot about taking breaks, talk about your mental well-being, avoiding the burnout. And there's loads of examples. You can just go and have a look at celebrities have taken burnout, entrepreneurs have taken burnout, sports stars have taken burnout. You see things like overtraining, for example. People don't believe it, but you can go to the gym, overtrain your muscle, and because there's so much damage done, it doesn't repair the way it would. When you're looking for muscle gain, for example, you're not trying to work 2 or 3 hours on that muscle to the point that it's completely torn apart, thinking, oh, well, it's going to be bigger next time. No, because you've gone past that point. I'll give you an even better example. We'll think about people who want to, get a good tan, of all things. There's a point where it becomes ideal, where it becomes you've got the right level of tanning, you're not going to get burned, you've got a nice little colour to you. But when you overdo it, you keep going, it goes to burn lobster. And that's not what we're looking to get to. We're looking to try and keep it at this happy point where it's just ideal. Not perfect. I don't like to say everything's perfect, but ideal is what we're looking for. And, the narrative of the bro business is their mindset says that the money and success should come before everything else. Your health doesn't matter, your relationship doesn't matter, your happiness doesn't matter, as long as you are working on your business and making money. And even then, just working your business doesn't always mean you're going to make money. That's why you need to do it smart. But what's the point of money and success if you're too burned out or mentally drained to enjoy it? If you're working Monday to Friday for 14 to 16 hours or whatever it may be, at the weekend you're too exhausted to actually do anything with the family. Kids want to go somewhere and do something, you can't do it. Or you do it, but it's kind of half-arsed because you're exhausted. And I've seen plenty of entrepreneurs work themselves into the ground and having to restart their business because they just gave up in the process. And success without balance isn't success at all. For me, success is having a sustainable business and being mentally free. It's not just about the freedom to do what you want because you've got the money, it's being mentally free from mental exhaustion, from mental strains. We want to eradicate that as well, not just have the money. Money doesn't bring everything. Don't many times people have said that, but people just don't seem to listen. And research has shown that people who take regular breaks and prioritise their rest perform a lot better. They make fewer mistakes and they're more creative than people who are on a constant grind. Like people who maybe, say like factory workers, who are constantly going 12 hours a day all the time and go, how do we increase productivity? Give them better breaks. Give better breaks. Better breaks leads to greater productivity because you're rested. You need that rest. And there's a couple of steps you can take to make sure that you're building a balanced business. Scheduling regular breaks throughout your day and make them non-negotiables. It could be walking, it could be meditating, it could be mindfulness, or just stepping away from the screen, or sitting having a coffee, but just sitting for 10-15 minutes, not thinking about business and doing nothing about business at all. This is where I would practice mindfulness, just sitting with a coffee and just existing in the present moment. It might sound woo-woo to some people, but it does make a massive difference because it allows your brain to recharge and switch off for a while. Set your boundaries. Set boundaries between your work and your personal life. One of the reasons hustle culture thrives is because many entrepreneurs let it bleed into every aspect of our lives. Don't be sitting at answering emails at 11 o'clock at night. Protect your time with family, friends, and with your hobbies. Have those hobbies in place. Have time for family. Keep them in place and make it non-negotiable that that's your time to spend with them and do the things you enjoy. And then put the phone away. I know it seems strange, like we've got this compulsive thing where we need to reply to emails and text messages right away. No, you don't. You reply when you're ready. Like, just because your phone's there doesn't mean you need to be on it 24/7 all the time. And building a successful business it's a marathon, it's not a sprint. Hear that a lot as well. So instead of focusing on your constant work, focus on sustainability. Not what I need to do right now to get it done. You might have some periods of your business where you do have to work a little bit harder than normal, and that's fine, that's okay. Just don't do it all the time. Look at what's going to be sustainable for long term without getting burnt out in the process. And then keep your mental health in check. Regularly check in with yourself. Take time to manage your stress. Engage in activities that recharge you, that give you that, endorphin boost. And don't be afraid to seek out any help or coaching to help you stay balanced. That's the whole purpose of people like that, is to keep this balance in your life so you don't reach burnout. And I think it's something that a lot of people don't invest enough in, but you'll see high-end entrepreneurs will have those kind of people in place to help them, assist them with that. And if they're doing it, why aren't you? What makes you so special? So to kind of summarise, the grind doesn't guarantee success. Rest isn't a sign of laziness. If you want to build a business that lasts, you need to take care of yourself along the way. Your well-being is your business's greatest asset, because without your well-being, you're not there is no business. And that's what we need to remember. And if you're ready to start rejecting the hustle and start building a balanced, sustainable business, hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe, and let me know in the comments, what's one area of your life that you need to step back and rest in? And if you're looking for that a little bit more, go ahead and check out the free SKOOL community where I talk about these things on a weekly basis.